Hey everyone, this video is going to feel a lot like a casual chat. No heavy structure, just a simple conversation, yet so important. We're all living so tangled up in our heads, forming ideas about life, imagining what it is, while life itself keeps happening right in front of us. It's tempting, isn't it? We're practically trained to live in our minds, not realizing that we're drawn into these physical feelings, courtesy of our own thoughts. And when you're with someone, whether a boyfriend, girlfriend, or someone you're dating, the physical exchange is captivating. Think of the thrill of a 3D movie or a 4D, or now Disney even has 6D attractions. Why do we crave that? Because we crave to feel. Feeling is addictive, and a person who brings touch, that look, that intense connection, especially in intimate exchanges, they become addictive because you're so immersed in the sensations they provoke. It's not just about the pleasure, it's the entire experience. Even when things aren't great. And there's a catch here. We can become addicted to that sensation, even if it's not good for us. But Daphne, isn't that just masochism? You might ask. Think about how we sabotage ourselves, choosing the wrong thing despite knowing it's wrong. It's a habit, even if it's painful. When someone's vibe is powerful, it's magnetic. Even if they aren't your type physically or morally, their energy draws you in. We're all magnets. Haven't you ever gone into a store feeling sure you won't buy anything, only to be swayed by a charismatic salesperson who's set on hitting their quota? If their magnetism is strong enough, they're likely to pull you into their orbit. But isn't this video about stepping out of our heads and getting real, about living? Yes, but how do you do that when you're hooked on feeling? Many people don't realize that our brains are hardwired for illusions, that all our experiences filter through the mind. Why do Buddhist teachings say desire is the source of all suffering? The idea isn't to remove the desire to create or achieve. That's part of life. It's about having control over how much we let our environment feed us sensations. That's the yellow door, your path to see beyond, to consciously step out of this cycle. Look at our media, our habits. Practically everything in life has trained us to crave stimulation, to seek sensations. At night, when your head hits the pillow, are you really addicted to thinking? Thinking is boring. What we're truly addicted to are the mental scenarios we create, whether they're nightmares or fears. We build these to feel protected. If I prepare for the worst, I'll be safe. You're no stranger to this feeling, right? Now think back. Remember a time you were with someone and for once felt nothing? It felt strange, maybe even wrong. But the truth is, real peace often feels like that. Sometimes you hear some news and everyone around is tearing up, but you, despite knowing it's sad or tough, don't feel that well of emotions, and then you feel guilty, right? We're not addicted to thinking. We're addicted to triggering our mental body, that whole system, the mind endlessly fantasizing, be it negatively or with an overload of positive things just to feel something. It's the addiction to sensations. It's a sensory addiction. And the Matrix exploits this completely. So think about it. When you're obsessing over that guy, that girl, and that person is just spinning in your mind, you're hooked on the sensations they stirred up in you. You're not even looking for the person anymore. Honestly, no person out there is truly that incredible, that overwhelming, that they're this grand phenomenon. Sure, they might have a strong presence or be magnetic, but no real life experience, no sensory experience can put you in that state. Remember when reaching that climax meant making a certain amount each month? Then you hit it. Or maybe some other goal. Oh, reaching that climax would be like this. Then you got there and you expected to be flooded with joy, to reach nirvana, yet nirvana didn't come. Why is that? Because if reality were that intoxicating, it wouldn't actually be real. Think about what spiritual teachers and masters talk about when they transcend. Do they get ecstatic, bouncing around with excitement? No, when a spiritual master transcends, they're in a state of peace, capable of dealing with whatever comes. But our notion of happiness is wild out there. Who put that in our heads? The Matrix did that. So when you're there with that guy or girl you're dating, or on your first day at a new job, everything feels like it's going to be thrilling, incredible, out of this world. Over time, there are many exhilarating moments, times that make you buzz with energy. Life has those high adrenaline moments, right? Climbing Everest, huge adrenaline rush. But those moments are rare. Day to day, we couldn't handle that level of hormonal spikes. Day to day, day, we need peace, mental and emotional stability. So when those big peaks of adrenaline do hit, be it from fear in unexpected situations or overwhelming happiness, you're like the wise one who can handle it. You're not just swept away while the mind is made to be dazzled. So it never ends. It's a maze. It's like in that series Westworld, right? A maze where they're trying to find the center of consciousness. But the center of consciousness isn't in the mind. I'll link this video again. For the millionth time, up in the cards, you should watch it. Have you signed up for Yellow Door yet? If you haven't, go ahead and sign up. It's here for you to break free of limiting beliefs, free your life, free your mind. Signed up? Watch this video. This one's essential. We've got a playlist of essential videos on the channel, all waiting for you. You need to watch them. So yes, the mind is a maze. And if you find your life dull, monotonous, hey, watch that video about breaking out of boredom too. It's here to help you escape that boredom. If your life feels boring, if you're bored, you escape to your mind, looking for pleasure, for the sensory, even making up that you're dating some celeb in your head, right? I knew someone who was in a relationship with a famous person. In their head, no joke. They'd tell everyone about it too, and it started getting a little out there because they were truly dating that famous person, in their mind, of course. So in your head, you're dating that actor from TV, creating scenarios here because you view your life as this frustrating thing. But the mind does more than that. It makes memories from the past, whether a long time ago or just recently, the ones you revisit and relive for pleasure. These are things that happened but aren't happening now. You go back to these memories, maybe before bed, maybe in the shower. The time before bed and in the shower are when you can see how deeply you're in your head, spiraling, thinking, replaying the same record over and over. You're one step away from obsession, right? Running the same thoughts because you're programmed to be hooked on sensations. How many times, right? It happens to you or you see it in someone else. Oh, I need a break. I'm so stressed at work. My boss is on my back. So they head to the beach or the mountains and they get there, sit in this idyllic spot on the beach chair. And after 5, 10, in 15 minutes, the restless leg kicks in. You know that nervous leg shake like restless leg syndrome? Wasn't it peace you wanted? Wasn't it calm you needed? Isn't that what you said? Oh, but it's kind of boring here, don't you think? Let's check out another beach. So they go to another beach. Oh no, there are too many bugs here. Let's go to a hotel or to a party. Nothing wrong with enjoying life. Don't get me wrong here. It's just like that with couples too. I keep bringing up relationships because relationships bring out the wild mind. A couple keeps fighting and they want to reconnect, so they take a trip. But the trip turns out to be a nightmare, worse than staying home where at least work distracted them. Daphne, I want to stop my thoughts. My mind's racing. It's the addiction to sensations. I'm hooked on feeling. I'm hooked on stimulation. You ever taught a class to students, whether they're kids, teens, or adults, where you've practically got to juggle to keep their attention? When I did my required internship in college, I remember thinking, I can't do this. I have so much respect for school teachers, whether they're in public or private schools, because my experience taught me just how much they give of themselves. It wasn't just teaching material. It was like performing in Cirque du Soleil, fighting to capture just a few moments of the attention of those few kids who are actually engaged. The rest, well, they drift in and out. This job deserves so much respect because truly we're all raised in a world designed for distractions. Today, marketing, the matrix, is competing for our attention constantly. In this world where everyone and everything fights for our focus, where people's magnetic fields are growing stronger, how can you not become addicted to sensations? When every movie, every song, every piece of media is crafted to pull feelings out of you, you're drawn to the cute cat video. It makes you feel something soft and warm inside. Then the next ad rolls up with that perfect physique, making you feel terrible for not having it. So you're convinced you need to buy this or that to change yourself. It's everywhere, from silly examples to the most serious messages. But the bottom line, you need to learn to manage your desires. You see, when people tell me they're obsessed, like really obsessed with knowing if someone likes them, it's the same cycle. Daphne, you might say, I'm obsessed. I keep doing tarot readings, asking every way I can if that person likes me. But what is it that you actually want? What's the core desire? Because when that person sends you a message, suddenly you're calm, indifferent. You say to yourself, oh, they're not even that amazing. But until they do reach out, Like the Dalai Lama, one of my favorite sage archetypes, calm, lighthearted, always laughing. Find a way to embody that kind of wisdom yourself, a way that grounds you. It's all about disconnecting from the mind and its endless hunger for stimulation. If your mind isn't slowing down, it's because you're addicted to this stimulation. Who taught you this? What are you running from? Why do you think life is dull without it? If you haven't asked yourself these questions yet, do it. These are the questions that can truly free you from the addiction of your mind. So learn to find pleasure in peace, in silence, in the absence of stimulation. Watch the videos I've linked here. They're my top recommendations for these insights. And don't forget to comment on your reflections below. I love seeing everyone's realizations written down. It creates a supportive, inspiring community. That's why we're here. See you next time.